I pulled myself out of the brown-stained pond and waded in a hobble through the warm swamp, greatcoat trailing like floating sails on the water. The canyon eventually opened to a wide valley, surrounded by towering oil-covered cliffs. I considered my changed priorities as I marched aimlessly through the fen bog. Serge was no longer my primary target now. Ka was, if my Apophis grandmother was right. I felt a twinge of irrational disappointment at the thought. There was no longer any excuse to pursue Serge, and I had to admit that the thought of never seeing him again sent a deep ache through me. Damn that man for his influence on me. I forced my mind on my present situation. How I was going to get a message to Benny to retrieve me. My allotted time had come and gone, so Benny had supposedly gone looking for Bass. Bass was a good tracker. I felt confident he could find me because a loud pop and crackle ahead made me skid to a halt. I watched with amazement as a 10-foot oval structure made of earth and debris emerged from the muck, creating a small wake in the black water just meters in front of me. I flinched as it snapped open at the top, releasing a sharp odor of clove and burning matches. I considered backing away slowly, and took a step back, then stopped dead in my tracks and held my breath as two long, deep crimson tails slowly whipped out. They looked suspiciously like motion-sensing antennae. When a vicious insect-like head emerged, attached to the tails and dripping slime from a long proboscis, I abandoned stealth and bolted through the knee-deep swamp, not waiting to see the rest of the creature. Oh, God! These were the carnivorous larval stage of the Amidst that Ka had told me about. I'd picked a great time to return to Horus, the beginning of the season of the dead, when the ferocious Amidst hatched and swarmed. Within moments, I heard an ominous loud clap and buzz behind me. I forced myself to turn and dared a glance. I clamped terrified eyes on a creature rising in the air, then lost my balance and fell backward into the swamp. A 12-foot-long insect-like creature had unfurled 4 narrow dragonfly wings that flapped furiously. 12 jointed legs dangled below its thick body. Huge multifaceted amber eyes roamed below its crimson antennae, and its long proboscis twitched, hungry for its first meal. Catching my breath, I scrambled under a drowned shrub and the Amidst flew past me, the machine gun flutter of its huge wings reverberating in my gut. I swallowed down my terror and wondered what an adult looked like if this thing was its larval stage. I backed further into the bush and heard the sounds that I dreaded. More popping and crackling. I stared at the emerging swarm of eggs in the wide valley. Like popcorn, they started with a few snaps here and there. Within moments, a cacophony of eruptions and the heady odor of clove and burning matches pervaded. According to Ka, these carnivorous larvae left a swath of destruction in the wake of their swarm. No wonder the migrating trees were heading out of the valley. I was trapped. I grasped my useless weapon of destruction, the mech holstered off my thigh. It only worked on a creature with a DNA signature it recognized. I had never catalogued these creatures. I was good at trapping myself, I decided, hysterical mind sliding back to Serge and those thunderstorm eyes that always ensnared me with their stormy gaze.